All right. So you had an ATV accident. I know it was pretty bad when you got hurt.
Yeah, so on July 19th of 2025, I was out riding my ATV and decided to have a wrestling match with 1,000 pounds of ATV. That did not go well for me. To make a long story short, the result was when I made it to the emergency room, they verified by CAT scan that my left ribs, number 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8, were broken.
How many is that?
6 of them.
6 ribs broken.
And my left collarbone was broken. And I had degloved a portion of the flesh on my shin
Ouch.
in order to get out from underneath that thing.
And so it flipped over on you, right?
It did. Actually, I jumped off of it and then it landed on me.
Yeah, because you were it was flipping and then you
Yep.
jumped off.
And then I jumped off.
You were going up some steep incline, right?
Yes.
All right. So then you're in the hospital. So so they told you what was wrong, and then you got out of the hospital, and
Yep.
I think Angelica came to see you.
She did. She came to see me because she found out that I was busted up, and she brought a QRS system with her.
Yeah.
And I had some familiarity with this system because I'd used it before, but she left it with me, so I had access to it for probably about a month, and was able to use that daily
Yeah.
to basically help heal my ribs. So I laid on the mat, which I think really what helped me heal the ribs, and then there was a wraparound piece that I would put on the collarbone every day, and that worked for that. So in the space of 11 days, so my ribs were not cracked, my ribs were broken.
They were broken, severed.
Yeah, and moving around inside me every time I breathed.
So was the collarbone. It was severed.
The collarbone was severed, and it definitely severed.
So you told me it took about 11 days for the bones to fuse.
Yes. So in 11 days, the bones quit moving around inside me. They fused, and the pain from the ribs was gone. So it took me 11 days, and I could laugh again. Well, I would laugh a little bit, but by the time 2 weeks rolled around, I could definitely laugh again.
No, I had a car accident. I hit a guardrail in a snowstorm, bad snowstorm, and I probably cracked my ribs. And I remember coughing or sneezing for the next 5 months. It was painful. So, and then we just looked it up in a healthy male at your age. What did it say? It took about normally
6 to 12 weeks.
It would normally take 6 to 12 weeks for
Yep.
those bones to fuse.
Yep.
If you weren't doing the PEMF treatment with the QRS system that you were doing. So
Yep.
so that's kind of like almost like near miraculous, I think, to some extent, or just amazingly effective.
Yeah, it was amazingly effective because, as much as you can look at it in terms of, the bones fused back together, one of the other things is it helped reduce pain, which was great.
Yeah.
And when your ribs are broken, you are, well, painfully aware, so pardon the pun, of exactly what's going on in there. But the other thing that was interesting was that this happened on the weekend. It was Saturday. Saturday, July 19th, it happened. I made it to the ER the same day, obviously. And then Monday, I saw the orthopedic surgeon about my collarbone, and he was going to put me in surgery for that on Thursday. And I said, well, I don't really want to do surgery if I don't have to. I don't like surgeries. And the other thing is that my insurance had been doing something strange. So I was like, I don't know if I can get a hold of these people in that time frame to find out what my cost is going to be coming out of that. So I said, do we have to do the surgery, the orthopedic surgeon? He goes, he's like, if we don't, he goes, and it doesn't heal, he goes, it'll just be harder for me to fix it later.
Right.
And I said, okay. And he goes, okay, well, let's try it. Come back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So literally 14 days later, I came back in. We x-rayed the collarbone at his office there at the hospital. And he looked at me and said, "Don't come back."
Was the surgeon surprised?
He was surprised because he said, he said, "Yes, you've got a bone callus is already formed there." He goes, "It's nice and healthy." He goes, "Nothing's moving, everything is stabilized." He's like, "It'll take some more time to grow back together, or to finish growing back together," and that was great. I mean, and at that 14-day point, a lot of the pain you feel from the broken collarbone, that was gone.
Right.
I mean, so literally, I used the QRS system, and between the ribs and the collarbone, which were the things that were hurting me the most, in 2 weeks I was essentially pain-free.
In 2 weeks.
And ribs were healed. Collarbone was fused with a bone callus, and that stuff was great. It actually, the longest thing took was growing the flesh back on my shin.
On your shin, yeah. That's wild. So,
well, the wild thing about that is that the lack of scarring. So I was expecting much more of a scar there.
On the shin.
On the shin.
So you were treating that also.
Yeah, I was treating that also. But the shin actually, a lot of that tissue, when it grew back, it didn't just grow back, but it grew back unscarred.
Right.
And I mean,
yeah,
that was impressive because there were spots you could look down and see bone.
Oh, is that deep?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there's not a lot of flesh on your shin anyway.
Right, that's true. Yeah. So it doesn't need to cut that deep to even expose the bone.
Yeah.
So it just healed, I guess. Like, super effective.
Super fast.
But that's what I mean. This works on a cellular level, so that's what this does. So even if it's an injury or even a chronic disease, this works on a cellular level. So you're going to get I think it's the best the best effective healing that's available out there. And if there's something else that works better than this, I really want to know about it, because we have a healing center here and wellness center. So if there's something out there that's better than this, we'll carry it here. We'll have that service or that product available. But it's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I'm still sometimes kind of mildly shocked even at some of these stories that I hear, and I go on the internet sometimes, and I just look at testimonials, because there's plenty of them, that come from all different sources. It's just people that get inspired because it helped them so much that they just make a home video, and the stories are amazing. Yeah, I mean, if you got a bad injury, you want to heal fast, and reach out. Just there's information in the video description. There should be a link as well. So let us know how we can help. We operate on a very consultative basis here. So thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.